Mortgage rates have consistently dropped throughout 2025 and just hit a 13-month low. But what do mortgage rates really mean for buyers, sellers, and the market in general? Well, that's what we're going to cover in this video, so stick around. So let's begin with the current situation. We've watched rates drop consistently throughout 2025, and we finally have hit a 13-month low here in September with an average 30-year fixed rate mortgage of 6.3%. which is a significant improvement over our highs of 7.5 plus that we've seen over the last couple years. And how does that help or hurt the industry? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. One of the things that most people don't recognize in our industry is that the inventory issue that we're having is driven by rates. And here's what I mean by that. There is a rate gap. Some people call it a rate lock gap. Some people call it golden handcuffs. But here's what it is. The 30-year fixed rate average for existing mortgages, people who own their homes right now, their average rate is 4.3%. Everybody that was buying years ago got locked in this 4% rate. And because of that, they aren't willing to give that rate up, increase their payment to usually buy less home. And the rates working their way down are very, very important to help alleviate the inventory issue and also to free up sellers for people who want to move. Maybe they want to downsize, upsize, move across town. They're locked into where they are right now because of this rates. And so it's very, very important that we continue to see rates to drop. Fannie Mae is predicting that in 2026, we're going to see rates get below 6% again. Now, there is an emotional or psychological effect to a 5% rate, 5 point something versus a 6. When we hit the 5s, we may see some sellers start loosening up a little bit and consider selling their homes that they haven't here in the past, which would be great for buyers and sellers, because I hear this all the time from my buyers who say, well, I'm a cash buyer, so rates don't really affect me. That's just simply not true. They could affect you going forward in two different ways. One, if we could see rates drop and get to a number that's close enough to the 4.3 to incent people to go ahead and put their homes on the market and move, you're going to have more inventory choice. At the same time, if we were to see rates down in the 5s, especially in the 5.5 range, we're going to see a significant increase in the amount of people who are looking to buy homes. That increases competition, even though we'll see an increase in inventory. It's a real problem, and it's really hard to guess exactly what the effect is going to be when rates do drop. We're seeing in some areas of parts of the country that we've seen this inventory issue alleviated by new construction. You know, builders coming and building thousands of homes. Now that rates had gone up, activity had slowed, we're seeing those homes now having to compete with existing resales people are, and it's really hurting markets and things are setting longer. Now, do we know rates are going to drop? If you go back and look at everybody from realtor.com to all the experts to Fannie, Freddie, they've all been saying rates are going to drop every year, and they've been missing it. These are what experts are saying. It does not mean this is for sure. So if you're a buyer and you're saying, I'm going to wait till rates drop, I honestly just believe that's a really bad idea. And the reason I believe that is you're going to see increased competition if that happens. And honestly, if you find the home right now, you're not going to have as much competition. So if you're a buyer waiting on rates to maybe one day get back into the 5s just doesn't make sense, go ahead and live your life. Now, what if you're a seller? There's that, maybe I should sit here and wait, because if rates do drop, we're going to have more buyers, more competition, and we'll get more for my home. That's a possibility. It's also a possibility that if rates drop, we start seeing a lot more inventory hitting the market because so many people are willing to sell. You actually may not get as much for your home or as good of terms for your home as you would today, where you have a little less inventory right now on the market and less competition. Rates have a huge effect on the market, and we are in a once in a lifetime situation where we had these historically crazy low rates that people got locked into, refinanced into, and now they can't get out of them. And then we have buyers who got used to those rates, and anything above 6% as a buyer, you feel like it's just crazy high. When you look historically, it's not high at all. So our market is still trying to find itself. But I do think we are going to this time finally see rates continue on this slow, steady slide. They'll be built, so they're going to jump up and then back down through 2025, the rest of it, and into 26. And I do think in 2026, we're going to see some rate relief and see rates back down in the 5s. You've got to look at your particular situation and figure out what's the right time for you to buy or to sell. If you're not sure about that, reach out to us. It's never too early. We have these discussions with people all the time. Let's help you through the process. Until next time, guys, I can't wait to see you around Knoxville soon.